Chelsea are arranged to trigger the £20 million Tyler Adams release clause in Leeds, but refuse to give. Chelsea want to bring Leeds midfielder Tyler Adams to Stamford Bridge. The Blues and ready to activate £20 million release clauses in his contract. Chelsea will also continue to pursue Brighton Moises Caicedo stars. Chelsea increased their pursuit of Leeds United midfielder Tyler Adams and was ready to activate the release clause of the midfielder. The Blues want to add more midfield assistance before the new season and are now willing to complete an agreement by fulfilling the relegation release clause worth £20 million included in his contract. Adams just joined Leeds from RB Leipzig last summer and did not want to spend the season playing in the Championship following the club's relegation to the second caste of English football. Mauricio Pochettino's side is ready to inaugurate an agreement for the 24-year-old American international and might want to bring him before the opening match of their Premier League against Liverpool. Adams is considered to support the move to Stamford Bridge above other Premier League applicants. He made 24 Premier League performances for Leeds last season but failed to record goals or helped when the team was relegated to relegation. Fans do not believe because Mohamed Kudus will join Brighton after rejecting Chelsea. Brighton and Hove Albion seems to have the potential to make one of the signing of the summer transfer window after agreeing to the £40 million agreement to contract Ajax Mohamed Kudus midfielder. Kudus, who pocketed 18 goals in all competitions for Ajax last season, was one of the hottest prospects in Europe. The 23-year-old player has been linked to a number of clubs throughout the continent, with a number of Premier League teams estimated to have watched the Ghana player. David Ornstein from Athletic has confirmed that Seagulls have reached the principal agreement to bring Kudus to the southern coast. Because Brighton continues to increase their preparation for the biggest season in their history, Ornstein tweeted, Brighton and Hove Albion in principle reached an agreement with Ajax to buy Mohamed Kudus for €40 million. 23 years Ghana international approached the agreement in a personal manner. The agreement has not been completely completed, but De Zerbi's main target will be a new signing. One club that is predicted to be interested in landing in Kudus this summer is Chelsea. Arsenal are also reportedly interested in the midfielder, but now it seems Brighton has won the race to recruit the Ajax star, and it can be said that football fans around the world are surprised that Brighton, who qualified for the Europa League last season, has the potential to bring Holy to Amex in the coming days, if he agrees with Seagulls. What do you think about Brighton, which has the potential to bring in Holy Mohammed from Ajax? Chelsea are at risk of losing Eli Wati because of a difference of £1 million. The signing of Eli Wati by Chelsea could fail because they were reluctant to meet Montpellier's requests. Chelsea's acquisition of Eli Wati can be threatened because Todd Boehly does not want to fulfill Montpellier Harold SC's request for their star striker. According to French publication L'Equipe, the conversation with Montpellier has changed because Chelsea did not want to overdo it for the French star. While the Ligue 1 club wanted the maximum price for the 20-year-old player, the report said that Chelsea were less than £1 million to match the Ligue 1 club's offer, because they only wanted to pay £23.7 million, while Montpellier held out £25.8 million. Chelsea's offer was rejected by Montpellier but remained in a race with a plan to lend Wati to Strasbourg. There is no big difference in Chelsea's offer, but Boehly doesn't want to budge. Hopefully, compromise is found because it will greatly make frustration losing talent that is so good because of a very small margin. Meanwhile, Wati is open to testing his courage in bigger clubs but doubts about his loan to Strasbourg. The 20-year-old player enjoyed a productive season for Montpellier, scored 19 goals in Ligue 1. Robert Sanchez hinted that he would replace Kepa Arrizabalaga as the #1 goalkeeper in Chelsea. After Brighton decided that they no longer wanted Sanchez at the club, Chelsea made a big decision to take a stopper and bring him to the club with a 7-year contract. But when he arrived at the club, Sanchez had revealed that he had no plans to warm the bench at Stamford Bridge. He wanted to be the first-choice goalkeeper in Chelsea following his attractive move to Stamford Bridge. He said, "I am very excited. This is an extraordinary opportunity to work the same as Pochettino. I want to contribute and help the club win the trophy." I know this will be a big challenge, but I'm ready for it. The opportunity that will be given to me is extraordinary, to develop more as a goalkeeper, to continue learning and compete for position number 1 and show everyone how good I am. Sanchez will meet several familiar faces in Chelsea. After playing with Colwill and fellow Blues defender Marc Cucurella in Brighton, he said, "I spent last season with Levi and we have very good friendship now. I think the spell at Brighton is very good for him. It makes him ready to face what he will face at Chelsea. He is a top player and is only 19 years old." Discussing the departure of Sanchez from the South Coast club, Brighton Roberto De Zerbi's boss said, "Robert is a good man and a very good player, but being a coach sometimes means making a difficult and painful decision for the team. I hope he is lucky for the future." Chelsea was relieved after Nkunku's initial scan. Chelsea striker Christopher Nkunku avoided serious injuries. Nkunku suffered a knee injury while playing pre-season with Borussia Dortmund this week in the US. There are fears of setbacks that are serious, but London Evening Standard said the positive initial medical assessment that he would not be placed on a long-term injury list. However, Nkunku will be absent on the opening day of the Premier League match against Liverpool next weekend. Mauricio Pochettino made a decision about Ian Matson's future in Chelsea. Chelsea are ready to offer a new contract to members of the rising club defense. On the orders of boss Mauricio Pochettino, Matson is a 21-year-old left-back who first joined the Chelsea academy team from the Dutch giants PSV Eindhoven in 2018. Last season, the young man was loaned for the third time in a row, joining Vincent Kompany's Burnley. And to say that Matson continues to appear impressive throughout Turf Moor will be an underestimated statement, with 4 goals and 6 assists scored by defenders in 39 appearances that have been proven to be important for Burnley's victory at the Championship. Matson, in turn, since then rejected Chelsea, shining once again during the pre-season, with 2 goals and 1 assist, all played outside of position, and, apparently, the effort proved quite attracting the attention of the new boss Mauricio Pochettino. This happens in the midst of the claim that the Dutch international youth will now remain in Stamford Bridge for next season. According to reports from Nazar Kinsella from Evening Standard, Mauricio Pochettino has told Ian Matson that he wants to maintain it at Chelsea when the contract extension starts. Matson's current contract in West London will end next summer, with clubs like West Ham United, Burnley, Ajax, and RC Lens are interested in persuading him away from Chelsea. Journalists signify the £50 million star might change Chelsea's future. Chelsea star Conor Gallagher has been linked to the move from West London ahead of the 2023-24 season, which is getting closer. Journalist Paul Brown told Gimsport, Chelsea star Conor Gallagher can choose to leave Stamford Bridge even though initially intends to stay with his childhood club if the key development is successful. According to Mail Online, Gallagher is determined to survive and struggle to get a place in the composition of Chelsea selected players, despite being a strong subject of interest from West Ham United. The report shows that the British international is an admirer of Pochettino and is not interested in starting a new challenge after scoring 3 goals in 45 appearances last season. Gallagher's attitude came as a blow to West Ham because they were confident to defeat the competition from Tottenham Hotspur's mortal enemy, even though the £40 million offer was rejected, with Chelsea surviving close to £50 million. But a journalist who was respected by Ben Jacobs recently told Gimsport that the move to the London Stadium could still occur because one of the owners of Blues, Todd Boehly, was open to cash the central midfielder if the appropriate offer was proposed. It can be understood that West Ham has held a discussion behind the scenes on whether he will return with a better offer for Gallagher, even though he is hesitant to move. Brown understood that Gallagher still insisted that he did not want to end his career at Chelsea. But the prominent journalist believes that the 23-year-old player will be more open to move to a new grassland if the residents of West London receive a new offer before the transfer window is closed on September 1st, Brown told Gimsport. I think he really wants to survive, but the problem is that Chelsea seems to be too willing to sell if the price is right. At a certain point, that will happen. I think if the club accepts the offer, it might make him change his mind because he will think, they really don't want me and I might have to go. Right now, it hasn't happened, so it's up to the buyer's club to give the right money. Then we will see if it is enough to test the club's determination and players. He wants to succeed at Chelsea, basically. Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino is interested in bringing one of his former players, Leandro Paredes, to Stamford Bridge. The couple worked together for one season in Paris Saint-Germain, and Pochettino hoped to be reunited with his companion. Paredes is now 29 years old, and Pochettino is said to want to strengthen its midfield with several experiences before the transfer window is closed. At present, the oldest midfielder in the first-team squad is Conor Gallagher, who is 23 years old. For the past 6 months, the Blues have lost players like N'Golo Kante, Mateo Kovacic, Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Denis Zakaria. Feeling carrying Paredes will slightly improve balance. Paredes will be available at low prices. Despite being the winner of the World Cup, PSG is believed to want to release the player before the window is closed at the beginning of next month. Paredes spent last season on loan status at Juventus and, after returning to Parc des Princes, he was not part of the club's plan for the new season, with a midfielder who also had a contract remaining less than 1 year. He was also expected to not spend a lot of money.